Hello everybody, welcome back to Code in Pink. I am Nia Lucy and this is another episode of Learning Java. So if you haven't watched the first episode, I highly encourage you to do it. This week's episode is going to be a continuation. In the first episode, we learned how to print a message. In this episode, we're going to learn how to take in information from the user. And we'll actually be starting right where we picked off from that episode right now. Let's go ahead and go to Replit and open up our Hello Girl program. So here we are back with our Hello Girl program, and as you can see, we have Nia as a Virgo, Beyonce as a Virgo. This is where I left off, so this is where we're going to pick up. So when we're taking in input, we're going to actually be using the scanner class. So Java has a variety of different classes that all offer different options and give you different capabilities within your program. So we have the scanner class that we're about to use now, which allows us to take in input for the user. So whenever we're using some of these classes, a lot of times we have to import them. They don't automatically come in our file. They are gifted to us through the Java language, but sometimes we just have to import them so that Java knows that we're trying to use it and gives us the access to use it. And we're going to go to the top of our class and we're going to type in import java.util.scanner. I think this green line is because we haven't used it. So now we're going to go into our method where we're printing out, and we're going to declare a variable through scanner. So I'm going to do it and then I'm going to explain exactly why I did it. So in order to declare a scanner variable, we're going to type in scanner. Please make sure it's a capitalized S, and we're going to name the variable input because we're taking in user input. We're going to set that equal to new scanner, and then in the parentheses we're going to type in system.in, and we're going to finish it off with a semicolon. So what did we just do? We just initialized a variable which we named input, and input is going to be used to take in input. So anytime we need to take in input throughout this program, we're going to use the variable input. We're going to call in the variable input, and the program is going to know, okay, they're trying to take in input. You could have named it anything, but as long as you set it equal to new scanner, and just like we have system.out right here, which prints out from the system, it prints out to the user, system.in takes in from the user. So that's the way I like to look at it. So we have a scanner variable named input, and we set it equal to new scanner, and then in parentheses system in, which is we're passing in whatever they're typing, we're passing that information in. So now let's put this scanner variable to work. So what we want to do is we want to ask the user what is their name, take it in, and reprint it back out to them. So for instance, hello, what is your name? I'll type in Nia, and we want our program to print hello Nia. So we're going to go ahead and declare a variable for name. And if you remember from the previous episodes, anything that is a name or letters or characters are strings. So we're going to do string name. So under string name, I'm going to change this message in system.out.print, and I'm going to change it to say hello user, what is your name? So when we're taking that input, we want to assign it to the variable name so that every time we call on the variable name, whatever the user typed in will be reprinted. We're going to take name and we're going to set it equal to input, which if you remember is our variable right here, and then we're going to put dot the next line method. Please make sure the L is capitalized in next line, and after every method you want to do open and close parentheses, and make sure you end it with a semicolon. So next line is just saying that once the user inputs something, they're going to press enter, and we know to keep going on to the next line. What we have so far, we've printed out hello user, what is your name? And they've typed in something. So we can test it out right now by running the program. And we'll see, hello user, what is your name? And then I'm gonna type in Naya. And right now, that's all it does. So in order for it not to look so weird and condensed, we can go ahead and add our \n again. So that way, we don't want it to be all congested. So now, as you can see, it's not all up on the question anymore. We're on the next line. We're typing in Naya, and that's it. So far, if you made it this far, we're good, okay? This is how it's supposed to be. So now, we're gonna take another system.out.print, and we'll go ahead and do line. And we want to say, hello, Naya. So we're going to say, hello. We're going to take the plus sign and put name. So in this statement, we use the plus sign to concatenate. That's the term that you'll normally hear, but I can't say it properly. So I'm going to say we took the plus sign to combine our message in the variable. We wrote in quotations hello because we want to display hello to the user. And then we put a plus sign and then we put the variable. So all in all, this should say hello space. Make sure you put a space because if you don't put a space, it's not going to add a space for you. Plus then the name. So let's go ahead and run that. My name is Naya. Hello, Naya. So now we can see how we took in the user input and we were able to display it. So let's add a little bit more. And because last time we did signs, we'll just ask what their sign is. So I'm going to insert it above the final message. Okay, so with this, I just wanted to show a different way that we could take in the user input for a variable. As you can see, I didn't even initialize the variable alone first. I actually initialized it and then I went on to go ahead and still assign it to an input variable. So you can definitely do that. That is definitely an option. You don't have to initialize the variable first, then assign it to the input.next line. You can do it all in one statement. So I actually think I just thought of a really cute idea. But before we get too far into it, I do want to highlight something. So whenever we're taking in input and we want it to not be a string, we want it to be like an integer or double or float, which as you know are different types of number values. It is important that we know about parsing. Parsing is basically taking the information and converting it to whatever we want. So naturally, when a user types in information, it comes back as a string. So when we declare a string input, we don't have to do anything extra. But whenever we're taking in a number value, so let's say in this case an integer, we would have to take the input that they've given us, convert it into an integer, and then do as we will with it. So I actually want to go over an example of how to do that. But what we're going to do right now is actually comment out what we have. When we comment out parts of our program, we're saying ignore this part of the program. So oftentimes when we do that, we're doing it so that we can retrace steps, or if someone else is looking at our program, they know what's going on. So for instance, I could put take input. And so the program doesn't utilize this in any way, but we as developers looking at it, we could say, oh, okay, so this is where we would take in input. So we're gonna comment out all of this because we're gonna do something totally separate, but I don't wanna lose what we've done so far because we're gonna come back to it. So one way that we can do this, I have a Mac and Replit kind of acts a little crazy when I do this, but one way we can do this is by holding down the command key and doing KC. So actually, we're gonna uncomment the scanner input, which you could do Command KU, but I didn't feel like going through all that. Let's say we want to take in two integer values and add them together. Good old calculator style. So let's say int value 1. Ooh, sorry guys. And int value 2. So those are two values, and then we're also going to do something for int sum. So we're going to add int value 1, int value 2, and then we're going to return back the sum. But we're going to get value 1 and value 2 from the user. So let's display a message for the user to give us their first value. So right here, I want you to declare a string variable that's going to take in input. So string value input, and we're going to set it equal to input, dot next line, the usual. And now we're going to parse that input into an integer. So a way that we can do that is by taking value 1, setting it equal to. Please make sure you're using the proper capitalization when it comes to this part, because if you don't, of course it'll throw it off. Very case sensitive. So we'll do integer dot parse int, and then in parentheses we're gonna put what they inputted, which would be value input. Semicolon. It seems like a lot, huh? It might not seem like a lot, but now that I've been programming in Python, Java is a little bit of a lot. But we're gonna continue. And we're gonna do it again, pretty much. We're going to take sum and set it equal to value 1 plus value 2. And we're going to print out a message. The sum of, and we're going to concatenate value 1 space and concatenate value 2 is sum. Now let's run it. My first value is going to be 2. My second value is going to be 7. And the sum of 2 is 7 is 9. So that is how we parse numbers when we're taking them in for input from a user. Let's get back to the original exercise. So we can pretty much take all of that and just get rid of it pretty much. Anything else that we need to do involving numbers, I don't know. But yeah, so let's uncomment. So it's supposed to be Command KU to uncomment. So I'm thinking, how about we create a dating profile bio based on the information that the user is supplying. That idea just came to me. I don't know anything about dating apps or dating websites, so if this don't make much sense, y'all, I'm sorry, but that's not my field. So we can pretty much keep what we have so far. The hello user, what is your name, what is your sign? All of those are really good questions for a dating profile, I feel like. So we can ask, how old are you?
How old are you? How old is you?
And this can be a string or integer depending on what you're doing with information. I don't really plan on adding the information, so So for me right now, it can remain a string. We're just gonna keep it as simple. Let's just change it. Let's just parse it, y'all. Oh, we can't have the same name, I'm sorry. Perfect dates, beach, movies, hiking.
Oh my God, corny, lame, boo, tomato, tomato, tomato. I'm throwing tomatoes.
None of these are perfect dates for me, but hey. You can put whatever you want to put. Life motto.
Boy, if you don't get...
I think this is pretty good for, you know, just something simple and quick. Oh, we have to say what they're interested in, right? Like, so we can do that. We can say love interest because like that we have to know, like, they like men, women, they just want a friend. I don't know. Okay, now let's write our dating profile message. Name is a age, your year old. Oh, we didn't do their gender. Name is a age, year old, and then we're gonna put sign, space, and then we're gonna put gender. Period. Her perfect outing is a date. Why is it red? Oh, you gotta remember that plus sign. Sorry, y'all. Take that away. Wait. Plus. Yeah. Their perfect outing is a blank. Date. What else do we ask? And the words they live by are motto. Sorry, I keep forgetting the pluses, y'all, and it's ruining it. Let's try to run it. So, oh wait, so, sorry. Forgot a semicolon. Ooh, that's a fine Mr. Right, Mrs. Right, whoever. So, hello user, what is your name? Naya Lucy. What is your sign? Virgo like Beyonce, baby. I'm gonna put that too. Virgo like Beyonce. How old are you? None of y'all business. No, I'm 23. perfect date, beach, movies, hiking, neither. But we're gonna put, I'm gonna put movies. I know, I'm basic. Life motto, fajito. Interest, did I even include interest? I didn't even include interest, but I'm put code in pink. Gender, female. Naya Lucy is a 23-year-old Virgo like Beyonce female. Their perfect outing is a movies date, and the words they live by are fajito. Oh yeah, I missed the spacing in this. And let's go ahead and add interest in there. Interested in, no, lowercase. Interested in, y'all, when I said interested in, I was talking about gender, not interest. I said golden pink, that's hilarious. Interested in plus interest plus, yeah. All right, now let's try this again. This video was going way longer than it was supposed to. Okay, so hello user, what is your name? Naya Lucy. What is your sign? Virgo like Beyonce. How old are you? 23. Movies. Life motto. Fajito. Interest. Men. Gender. Female. Now let's read our dating profile. Naya Lucy is a 23-year-old Virgo like Beyonce female interested in men. Their perfect outing is a movies date, and the words they live by are fajito. And that is it for this video. So I know today's episode was a whirlwind. I was a little bit all over the place, and that's mainly due to my lack of preparation for this video. I apologize for that. However, I do hope that you were able to keep up. I hope you had fun with our activity, because I did. And you know, freestyle, do what you want, create your own program. I live in New York, so it's really, really loud. And yeah, so do your own thing, have fun with it, and you know, maybe you can do a cute little dating profile for somebody in your house or one of your friends. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and next week we'll be back with another one. So be sure to follow us on Instagram at CodeInPink, that's CodeNPink. If you made it to the end of this video, leave the heart emoji with the arrow going between it, because that just represents the fact that we did a dating profile. And yeah, other than that, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, so every time we drop a video you will be notified. Thank you for watching. See you next week, guys.